Irma is 3 and she now has one eye. It looks like cancer doesn't speak words like grace or youth. Tumors as indiscriminate as U.S. foreign policy often attack those with the most to give. Even still, as the jungle is less than a dream on the distant horizon, malignant tears tear my soul, creating a painful dot to dot, mirroring a fractured puzzle in the style of Jerrison's shattered tibia. Agonizing circumstance seldom avoids even the most faithful of servants, and weeping is the only response once it's understood that a family's despair could be alleviated by a $120 cast. As I listened to my iPod on the flight back to materialism, I remember the community, found in a man much more articulate in the words of compassion, who once spoke directly to a place deeper than my soul. He said I cried because I had no shoes, until I saw a boy with no feet. Ironically, that stopped me in my tracks and pushed me backwards, down the steps of memory lane, the face of Irma, whose gaze with one good eye penetrated deeper than the so-called torment of lost loves and stolen goods. The joy and tears and praise seen in Jerrison's mother as I realized American capitalism can be used for something when held with an open hand. And the faces of so many others, whose fragments of time serve as reminders, intrusive pinpricks against the tempting lull of advertising, the complacency of good enough, and the imminent destruction of giving myself everything I deserve. Mud and clay have a way of binding us together through life-giving crops or community decay. And trying to smuggle a soft heart across the right angles of homeland security reminds me that lines have been drawn in the sand. While our excessive resources fund wars against concepts and keep the home shopping network in business, Irma's eye continually weeps into the earth, and worship is incarnated in the tears of Jerrison's mother, nourishing the hearts of those willing. Hope is seen, like a dream on the distant horizon, like the gleam in one good eye, like the prayers of a mother. And then here's part 2. This was written in December, a couple months after. Irma is dead. $300 later, the 3-year-old still couldn't last 3 more months. When your third eye is prosthetic, I guess seeing the world through rose-colored glasses is a bit too much to ask. And once again, her family felt the impotence of capitalism's puny prowess. And much like a glass eye covering the tumor beneath, like good Americans, we threw money at the real issue. After a mumbled prayer and heavy heart, we left little Irma in the jungle, never once noticing the irony in leaving the poor for the hostile. Irma is dead, and most days of her life I didn't pray for her like I should have. Most days without even a second thought that this second could signal the slip of spirit to soil. This second as I sit in warmth and comfort, belly too full, lulled to sleep by too many and too much to be concerned by 3-year-old Irma, even now, too concerned with the fact that I'm writing a eulogy that will go unnoticed, in a tongue her parents will never understand. Her village will never hear this remembrance about a girl too insignificant to see 3 years complete. And it's in this moment that I realize the futility. We don't care. Her memory slips through the minds of a people too comfortable to see. The least of these often go unnoticed. George Washington tumors behind unfocused eyes keep our vision green with envy, blinded to the truth. Irma is dead. The cancerous tumor in her eye may prove to be more benign than ours.